Hello, ladies and gents. This is Mike Headley on the Headley Group Real Estate Show. This is a podcast designed for real estate professionals who's thinking about getting a career in real estate or who's already been in the business. We'll learn some great tips and tricks from the professionals and the veterans. Continue to tune in. Hey, ladies and gents, how you doing? This is Mike Headley. We are back on the Headley Group Real Estate Show. Listen, boy, we had a little technical difficulties. We keep rolling our show, but we are happy to have a brother who's doing some great things, I would say, in that Texas market and literally throughout the country. He's with eXp Realty, but he has the Founders Real Estate Group team. And let's give it up to Mr. Chastin. J Miles, how you doing, brother?
Doing well. Thanks for having me.
Oh man, it's been a blessing, man. I've been asking this brother a little bit because to get on our show, but he's been extremely busy. He's been doing some great things in the community. So we're gonna dive right on in, brother, because I know your time is limited. So, Mr. Chastin, what drove you to get in real estate? What was that edge? What was that like?
Funny story, actually. Let me just first by saying I did not come from a real estate background.
Okay.
Didn't have anybody in my family in real estate. I didn't know anything about real estate.
Okay.
But how it all went down, me and some of my roommates, we were walking around campus one day.
Okay.
We had this idea that we needed to move off campus. We were getting into too much trouble, and we were just causing a lot of attention to us that we didn't want to have, and doing things that you're not supposed to do on a college campus. So we were walking around one day and saw this sign that was advertising off-campus rental homes, right? It was advertising 3 bedrooms, 4 bedrooms. And so I ended up calling the number on the sign, and the lady, she had us come to her office. When we got there, this actually turned out to be a real estate office. And she was showing us properties, showing us these rentals that they had available. We were talking about them, and she was like, y'all want to go look at them? So we hopped in her car that smelled like cigarettes, but she gave us a disclaimer that it was going to smell like cigarettes in there.
Okay.
We hopped in the car. She went and showed us these houses. We were all super excited, and we was like, yeah, we want this one. So we went back to the office, and she started talking to us about the rent and how it all worked. And then I just got curious. I was like, how much do we have to pay you for this? And she was saying, you don't have to pay me anything. So then I was like, man, this is a complete scam. Like we can
exactly. Your antennas went up.
Exactly.
I got you. Yeah.
So I was like, we need to get out of here. And she was like, no, the way that it works is I get paid by the landlords. And then I got curious. I was like, oh, tell me how all that works. And so I was like, so basically your job is to get people to rent these houses, and these people pay you. And so it's pretty much like a free service. And she was like, yeah. And then she started telling me about real estate. And I just sat there and thought in my head, I was like, wait a minute. All you did was put a sign up, and we called you, and now you about to get paid off of us. I think it was like $1,000 or so. And I said that I can do this all day and night. Like I literally thought real estate agents just put signs up, got calls, and made money like that. And so that next week, so their brokerage office was actually a real estate school as well.
Okay.
So next week I enrolled in that real estate school. I didn't really have a lot of money, so I talked them into letting me enroll on a payment plan. And that's what started my real estate journey. Quick thing, I ran out of money, couldn't make that second payment, so I had to drop out. 2 years went by. I ended up moving to Texas, and I enrolled in real estate school online.
Okay.
Got my license, and that started my real estate journey. So literally seeing a sign on a college campus got me in this business. Yeah.
Wow. So well, first of all, where'd you go to school at?
So I went in Kennesaw, Georgia, so Kennesaw State University.
Okay, Kennesaw State.
I didn't graduate.
Really don't matter. I got you.
Yeah. I went.
Okay, that's what's up. So immediately, let me peel this onion back a little bit. You saw a sign that sparks up into you. Then the very next week, you enroll in real estate school.
Yeah.
Wow, that's that. Because usually it takes people that got to talk to their cousin, their uncle. They got to bounce the idea off their partner before they make that leap. but you just jumped right on in.
Yeah, I was that college kid and didn't really even want to be there. Was mostly going there just to hang out and eat
Okay.
and stuff. But yet I always had that entrepreneurial spirit.
Mhm.
And I'm telling you, like when she explained to me the dynamics of how it all went down,
Uh-huh.
I was just saying to myself, like, I know way more college people than you. I don't even
Right.
have to post signs. I could just start talking to people. And I had this whole business planned around going out onto campus and getting people to get these rentals. So
Mm.
yeah.
Mm. So now you in the business and you're moving. And how long you been in the business? How long you been licensed?
I've been licensed for 8 years now.
8 years. 8 years. Okay. Oh wow. So you came in. So you just kind of missed the crash a little bit, or you came right when it was on the tail's end.
Yeah, and when I came in and I told my family that I wanted to get in real estate and become a real estate agent, they all told me not to. They were like, "Oh no, this is not a good idea. Just wait until the market gets better." And again, I didn't know anything about real estate, so I didn't know what they were talking about. Market down, better, this and that. I knew that we were in a recession, but I just thought about me getting my stimulus check. From that, like I didn't think of it as being that bad, and so they started talking to me and trying to discourage me from doing it. Like they weren't telling me not to do real estate, they were just saying not right now. The way that my mind was thinking on that was, no, if I can make it right now, then when it gets good, I'll really be
right.
rolling it. So
right.
I still decided to move forward with it.
So got into real estate 8 years, and I like to kind of, because our show is designed, which you're familiar with, is the people just getting into the business and wondering what it's like with the seasoned vets. What was that first year like, and how many houses did you sell? Horrible. Okay.
Two. So
Horrible.
two.
Okay.
It wasn't a good first year for me.
Okay.
And I had just moved to Texas and got my license, and I moved to a part of Texas. I was born in Texas, but I was born in South Texas. I was born in Houston.
But
I moved to Dallas.
Okay.
I didn't know anybody in Dallas. I didn't know the streets, and I didn't know anything about real estate. And I did not know that real estate was kind of that relationship business. Keep in mind, I was just thinking that I could put up signs and my phone is just gonna be shooting up.
Definitely don't work that way.
I got here and I just kind of started following whatever instruction I can find, and I was reading about cold calling. So I started cold calling for sell by owners. I didn't know, I wasn't a professional salesperson, but I was cold calling and ended up getting my first listing. And that listing was a large vacant house. It was the first listing I had ever had, so I didn't really know how to market it the right way or do anything, but it was not selling. It wasn't selling, and I had that listing for a long time. I remember I was holding that listing open every single weekend, Saturday and Sunday, from like 12 to 4 every day, right? And there was this one particular Sunday, I was getting ready to go host this open house again, and as I'm walking out my apartment, my little 1-bedroom apartment, my lights turned out because I hadn't paid the electricity bill. And not only that, I didn't really have the money to pay it. Nonetheless, I said, I'm going to get out there and I'm going to go sell this house today. So I went out there. That first hour went by, nobody came in. Second hour, still nobody came in. And by that third hour, I remember walking up to the front door, and I locked that door and literally stepped from the front door. I fell to my knees and I just had a breakdown.
Okay.
And in that breakdown, I'm talking like bawling, crying.
Okay.
Because here I had moved across the country. I had told everybody how I was gonna build this business and be successful at it. I spent all this money trying to get my license in this, and here I was, lights off at home, barely get any gas in the car, trying to sell this house that's not selling. Like, what am I doing? And why am I doing this? And that was just a point in my career that I had to say to myself, like, in that moment, like, it was either make or break me. I'm either going to stop this today or I'm going to keep going. I don't know what energy shifted and what ended up happening, but that next day I ended up getting an offer on that home.
Wow.
The agent totally bullied me through the whole thing. She knew I was new and she wasn't holding out on me, but I ended up getting that home sold. That was 8 months into my career, like
Mm.
8 months in. And then shortly after that, I ended up getting another listing from a cold call. That one sold a lot quicker because it was under, I mean, it was like $70,000. And that one sold, in the normal 30 days, like it sold pretty quickly.
Mm.
But yeah, that was my whole first year. Those
Mm.
two deals, I made, I think, less than $4,000 for a whole year's worth of work.
Mm. So, and you said so much great stuff there. Do you think the real estate God said, "Well, we got to tap this brother here. He's down on his knees, but we gonna make this thing work for him."
I think that was a moment that I needed to have,
Mm.
because if I wouldn't have had that moment,
Mm.
I wouldn't necessarily know what it really, really, really feels like to struggle in this business.
Correct.
And that's what led me to helping other agents become successful in this
Okay.
business. Like always knowing what it was like as that new agent, and a lot of agents who come into business, they have it a lot better than I did. They have
Correct.
friends, and they've probably saved up some money, and they know the area that they're working in. For me, it was the total opposite. So I know what it was like to be in this business with absolutely nothing, and
I
know
second that, brother. I got to interject, but I second that.
yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
And I know what it's like to get to that breaking point where you're questioning, should you even be doing this or not? And so, I needed to have that moment, and I think that was more so of a test of my commitment.
Okay.
And once the real estate God saw that I was
Mm.
committed and I was still gonna make it work, that's when the door started opening. But I had to go through that test, and I feel like everybody goes through a test in their business, with whatever business
Correct.
they're starting. And it's
Correct.
those that keep pushing after it that find a different level of success.
Mm. I've always said that, you, in order to get to that comfortable state, you got to get really uncomfortable. When you hit rock bottom and you look at your pockets and like, how I'm gonna pay this? I'm either gonna sink or swim. So I definitely second motion that, because I had similar the same journey. Hey guys, thank you for watching our show. We're gonna interrupt you real quickly. We are in the business of referrals. If you know someone looking to buy or sell, residential or commercial, here in the North Carolina area, refer us. We really appreciate that. Transition.
Yep.
Now you got that team of yours. How many people got on your team?
I think like 11 or 12.
11 to 12. Got you. So is your team consist of one listing person, a whole bunch of buy agents, transaction coordinators? Like, what is the makeup of your team?
Sure. So we have, I have an office manager here on the team. She manages the office and the day-to-day. Then I have a sales director who manages the agents. So he helps the listing agents, buyers agents. I let my agents do whatever transactions they want, but I do have some that have gravitated more towards listings, and then others that just focuses leasing. Sales manager who manages all of them. So he leads the sales huddles every day, tracks numbers, all of that kind of stuff. We do have a transaction coordinator, so they do all of the paperwork, contract to close. And then we have a marketing person who does all of our marketing. So if an agent gets a listing, pass that over to the marketing department. They take care of all of that, because the biggest thing that I wanted to make sure that my agents were able to do is sell.
Gotcha.
I wanted them to be out there, go and sell, go on appointments, and so everything back of the house is taken care of.
Quick question with that, right? And I definitely believe in streamlining the process, but of course, I don't know if anyone ever asked you, so they probably have. What do you say to someone that says, well, how do you get that agent, particularly if it's a new one, to learn from A to Z if you're quote unquote doing the back office training for them? Or is it, or you, evidently you all don't mind that, but how do you wrestle with that in case someone is out, or
Well, so here's the thing: we're a real estate team, so I'm not a brokerage. I don't want a brokerage, nothing like that. And so they have one job. You know, they have one job, and your job as an agent is to sell. We teach you how to sell. We train you on how to sell, and we expect you to sell. We're not training you on paperwork. We're not training you on marketing. It's your one job, so you're only expected to do one thing. Everything in that happens in the back of the house, the way that my team is set up, and in the way that people, I guess, get promoted in my team, like they all know the job. So the sales manager knows how to do the transactions. The sales manager knows how to do the office manager's job.
Okay.
I know how to do everything.
Exactly. You're supposed to.
So,
Exactly.
You know, if somebody is out sick, it still gets taken care of.
Okay, so transition with the many skill sets you have. Let's talk about your great training that you do, right?
Yep.
I actually seen on social media the other day. I think you had a huge class that you was training. What's the most people you had in your training, and do you focus on the entire business of real estate, or just listings or buyers, or what does that look like?
What was your first question?
The first question is like, how many people you had like at one time during your training?
Sure. So, I mean, the number can vary. Right now, there's 155 agents from all across the country.
Okay.
But you know, I'll speak at small group settings. I'll speak at larger group settings. Now, my training, which is called Power Unit Coaching, is built around an agent creating a sustainable and profitable real estate business.
Okay.
And the reason why I did it like that was because I've been at other firms, and I've seen agents come in and have, you know, moderate success in a very short amount of time, and next thing you know, they're out of the business. You know, they didn't know how to build a sustainable business.
Correct.
And then I've seen agents who come in here and do anything and everything they can just to get business, but they weren't making any money, so they didn't have a profitable business. So what my coaching and training does is it teaches you how to build a profitable and sustainable business. We put a lot of focus on getting referrals. You know, you can push a button and get internet leads, but when it comes down to getting referrals, you have to know how to service people the right way. You know, you have to know how to maintain relationships the right way. You have to keep in touch and know how to follow up the right way. So it's more than just pushing a button on a Facebook ad. And then when it comes to the profitability side of the business, can your business sustain with you not being a part of it? You know, if you get sick, will your business still run? Okay, can your business survive year over year? You know, we had a really trying last year for a lot of businesses. We did over 105 transactions last year.
Wow! Round of applause, brother.
Thank you.
That's beautiful. Okay.
But there was a lot of people who got pushed out of the business last year because they didn't have those systems and they didn't have that structure in place to take them through times like this. And so we get into building the team. We get into profit and loss. We get into finances. It's a very comprehensive program. I'm not teaching people, you know, all the same stuff that's out there for everybody that you can just go on any website and do. I'm teaching you really how to build a business and run that business.
What's the question I'm going to ask you is that how long is the program, and is the upcoming classes coming, or is it, and I take it everything's virtual, or they have to physically come down to Texas?
No. So everything is virtual,
and
anybody can sign up at any time. It is a virtual coaching, and so you basically sign up for the program, and there is a set of curriculum that you have to do by yourself. So you're gonna do your first set of modules by yourself. It's gonna get into business planning and things like that. Then you join the actual live coaching calls, because by that time you are up to speed with our language and with our practices and everything. And then you join the live coaching calls with all of these agents from across the country. And and each week I lecture on a different topic, but building on everything. And then we also have a private Facebook community that you get put in with all of these other agents as well. But for my coaching students, they get access to not only me and the program and the other agents, but I also give them a video library of hundreds of hours worth of videos in there on any topic you can think of. They
Okay.
get access to my file library. So any file you can think of using in a real estate business, from a listing presentation up to a profit and loss statement, is in there. They get access to my special program. So I have a program around building a YouTube following. I have a program around doing rentals. I have a program around social media marketing, cold calling, scripting, all that kind of stuff. They get access to all that. So it's a very comprehensive thing. Most agents stay in there. Like I tell anybody who comes into the program, you have to give it at least a year. I only sell a yearly membership. So, but most times agents, they've been in there for 2-3 years plus in
Really?
the program. Yep.
So what happens is this, and again, we'll go on the website. I'll take a look at it as well, for my team. And everything is on the website, and as far as how to sign up, fees, and all that good stuff.
Yep, powerunitcoaching.com.
Okay, and we'll have that part of our show notes as well.
Okay,
so
cool.
Inside of your Facebook community, I take it as a whole bunch of referrals going back and forth throughout the country.
Yep.
All day long. Gotcha. So now that you're kind of, I guess we're out of this, we're not quite out of it yet, but this COVID, where do you see the market going in concerns of this whole COVID thing? What do you think about it?
Well, I mean, our market right now is strong for sellers. We are definitely in a seller's market.
Yes, we are.
I see us being here for some time, actually. I don't see a transition happening until at least spring of next year.
Okay.
You know, as these interest rates are rising, it will level it out. But a lot of people made some decisions during the COVID time, you know, that is going to prevent them from selling or being able to sell for what they want to sell for. The values are astronomical right now.
Crazy.
I mean, home prices are crazy. As far as conducting the business, though, I mean, it's tough out here for a lot of agents. It's tough out here. Those agents who either can't find clients or can't get their offer won, or, you know, whatever the case is. So what we've had to do is we've had to shift to a specific clientele. And our way of doing this was setting the expectations up front. You know, you need money right now. Like, you need money.
So my due diligence, earnest EMD due diligence fee, is that what you're saying?
Well, not just that. You need money to compete. You know,
I was talking about false purchase price.
Yeah. We're dealing with multiple offers. We're dealing with waived appraisals. We're dealing with people having to put down so much money, you know, for earnest money and things like that. And so you got to have money. We've also been telling people you got to have thick skin, you know, because it can be a little discouraging right now, especially if you're out there looking at homes, and next thing you know, before you get home, there's 20 offers on it. So you got to really be about trying to make this happen right now, because this market isn't for the faint of heart.
Exactly.
And so our focus has shifted to people who truly want to do what it takes to purchase a home. Prior to, we would work with a lot of first-time home buyers that, you know, would try to get grants and down payment assistance and this and that, and would barely have enough, you know, to even bring to the closing table. And we haven't been able to help them too much right now, just because of how the market is. So it's really taken our shift to the people who we can help, that can compete in this market.
Great insight right there.
Quick commercial break. If you're interested in a career in real estate, or you're a seasoned vet, and you might want to change, new environment, you don't like the atmosphere you're in, the Headley Group Realty could be there to assist you with your career. What do we offer? Great culture, great environment, leads, and an awesome commission structure. Let us be there to support your business. One thing, you got to be in the state of North Carolina. Let's get back to the show.
Narrowing our questions down, let me ask you this question here. What would you tell that agent just got into the business, and again, they get into this in the middle of this, or towards the end of the COVID, and it's like I can't get no listing, right? And now the buyers, there's plenty of them, but like you said, they don't have no money. I only want to pay $500 due diligence where it's like chump change. What insight or what recommendation would you say to them if you really want to get this offer accepted? What would that look like when you telling your client? What would you say to them?
Yeah, so that type of client is again one of the ones that we probably would have advised not to move forward with, from the get-go, because we are having those discussions up front before we even get out there and go look at properties.
Okay.
Our thing right now is we're not trying to get all the business, like all the people. We're trying to get the right business, and we know how the market is. So us being real estate advisors, we're not doing our clients a service by taking them out in this market knowing they only got $500 to be trying to compete, or to be putting down due diligence wise. Like even the builders aren't taking that small amount, so that would have got discussed very early on.
Exactly.
If you are in that position, the best advice that I can give you is to have that discussion with the client to see if y'all should be moving forward with each other. At that point, you're just going to be taking them through the motions, and it may hit them emotionally when they keep getting beat out. And what's going to happen is they're going to start pointing that finger at you, thinking that you don't know what to do.
That's
you're
it.
doing something wrong. And that's not what you want. So,
right. Wow. I mean, you said so many golden nuggets there, which I'm going to lead with that. But before I ask you that, you don't have a problem firing them. You don't have no problem doing that.
No,
because and I like what you said. We're interested in the deal, not actually people, because people want us to get people, and you're not really going nowhere.
Right.
So let me ask you this here, Chastin. When we start to wrap it up, we ask every guest 2 golden nuggets to pass on to our audience. We have our tribe, our real estate family. What would you give 2 golden nuggets to help them out in their career, whether it be a scripture, a book? And by the way, brother, you have a book.
Oh yeah, I do.
You have a book. What was that book? Hey, go get that book.
Yeah.
Put that book out there. That's right. And we're gonna promote that. The real before the estate. I like that right there. Exactly, brother. We're gonna highlight that. Let's talk about that real quick.
So let me tell you what this book is about, and I titled it this for a specific reason. It's called The Real Before the Estate.
Ooh, I like that.
And I have that word, the real loud. I mean, real big, because this was everything that I wish I knew before I started real estate. And so I talk about the reality of what it's like working as a real estate agent, because there's a lot of people that are selling the dream. And there's nothing wrong with that. And I tell people all the time, either this book is going to motivate you to really do some amazing things in real estate, or it's going to talk you out of getting into the business. And I'm cool with that, because it is the reality of what it's like. So the first half, I'm literally talking about those experiences and what you can look forward to and what you're going to experience. And then that second half of the book is, if you choose to move forward with this, here's what you need to do. Here's who you need to go after. Here's how you need to do it. Here's what to, all that kind of stuff. So yeah, that's what The Real Before the Estate is about. I mean, and it's available in all bookstores, on Amazon, everything like that.
You just answered the question I was about to ask you. Can we order it on Amazon? Because I will pass it on to some of the team members. I will be purchasing some of it.
Absolutely.
You'll see a deposit coming from me. I will support it. Trust me.
Thank you for that.
So give me them golden nuggets. Give me 2 of them.
Yeah, sure. Well, my first golden nugget comes from, my first life experience. If you're serious about this, no matter what happens, don't give up. Like, you have to keep pushing and pushing and pushing. This business at every level, even getting up to having your own team and your brokerage, it's going to feel like you are on a roller coaster, and there's going to be ups and downs, but you need to know that you can't give up. Like, you can't give up. There's light at the end of the tunnel. Second thing, people are your business. Okay.
People are your business.
People are your business.
Beautiful.
I started out in this business. I was very transaction based. It was just the next deal, the next deal, the next deal. And I ended up closing, I want to say it was like 60 deals. And I realized that not one of those people had sent me a referral or another piece of business. Why was that? And it wasn't because I did a bad job or anything, or they didn't like me or anything. It was because I didn't make them a priority. I was always going, worrying about the next, worrying about the next. Nowadays, all my past clients, they get a gift in the mail from me every single month. Twice a year, we host a client appreciation event. Okay, we do a big event at the end of the year for clients. We're always highlighting our clients because those are the people who made my business, who made our business, and you should be calling them. You should be reaching out to them monthly. You should be staying in touch because they're your business. So prioritize people. So don't give up and prioritize people.
Wow. But let me tell you something, man. You enlightened us with so many great insight, and so many jewels. And like I said, I will be supporting and buying that book, as well as we can talk about the program, the coaching thing. I think I'm a big proponent of education, right? Because again, we know better, we do better. So this will be passed on to the team as well.
Awesome.
We want to definitely thank this brother with Founders. The name of his group is Founders Real Estate Group with EXP Realty, and Mr. Chastin J. Miles. I want to thank you for taking that time out for being on our show, and now you're an alumni to the family.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Yeah, man. So then, you know something? If it's possible, I see you do a podcast as well, don't you?
I do.
Brother, if you're open to it, I'm always willing to, if you have time. You think I'm worthy?
Absolutely. Yeah, we're getting our schedule together for the next season. So for sure.
Okay. So we want to thank Mr. Chastin J. Miles for being on our show. We'll see you all next time on the Headley Real Estate Show. Take care.